Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. If you have tried to find an affordable house or an affordable condo or find an affordable rental apartment this year in New Hampshire, well, you may be among those who can't find one. Median sales price of a home in New Hampshire, 2017 to March 2022. Look at the increase, $244,900 to $440,000. Median monthly rent and utilities for a two-bedroom apartment, 2016 compared to 2021, again up $1,206 to $1,498. And here's a quote from my guest: "The lack of affordable housing constrains the growth of the state's workforce." That's Phil Sletton, Senior Policy Analyst at the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Fred. It's great to be here.
Hey, the shortage of at least 20,000 units of housing in New Hampshire was reported in 2019 by economist Russell Tiebout of Applied Economic Research. That was 2019. I would suspect that's higher now.
Yeah, it's very likely that the housing shortage has become worse over this time period. Even before the pandemic, we were seeing a housing shortage that stemmed from both a lack of construction. Really, since the Great Recession of 2007 to 2009, we've been building fewer houses in the state, fewer housing units than we were in the 10 years prior. Also, there's been increased demand for housing over that time period, even as the supply has been constrained, because more people, particularly millennials, have been entering the housing market in New Hampshire, both looking for rental housing and for purchasing their first home in many cases. Now, millennials are a smaller portion of the population in New Hampshire than they are nationwide. The largest generation in New Hampshire are people in their 50s and 60s, whereas nationwide, millennials are the largest generation. But it still has an effect on the housing market.
Let's go to a graph you brought with you with the green line showing single family house and condo prices going up, and the orange line showing the inventory of houses and condos going down.
So all four lines on that graph point to a housing market where it has become more difficult for people to find and afford housing. First, on the supply side, this graph uses a measure for the supply of houses that looks at the number of houses that are on the market and looks at the pace at which homes are being purchased, and basically estimates how many months of inventory are there available, how many homes, if none were added to the market, how long would it take to sell all the homes that are currently there? And it's traditionally, it's been considered that a balanced market is about 6 or 7 months of inventory. At the end of 2014, New Hampshire had about 8 months of inventory. By early 2017, we were down to a little above 3 months. And in the latest data, March of 2022, we're below 1 month of inventory.
Here's another graph you brought with you showing the rent and utility costs for a two-bedroom apartment in New Hampshire, with the green line going up more than the consumer price inflation in the blue line.
So median rents started climbing faster than inflation in the state back around 2014 or 2015, when the state's economy really started to get into gear again following the Great Recession. We only have data through 2021. The New Hampshire Housing Finance Authority is still collecting data for 2022, but relatively few rental units are available in the state. The rental vacancy rate in 2021 was less than 1% early in the year in the state, and a comparable figure for the nation as a whole was a little under 7%. That nationwide figure has dropped. In New Hampshire, we don't have very much space to drop, and that means that more families, particularly families with lower incomes that rely on access to the rental market, are struggling to find a place that's large enough and safe enough for their children or close enough to work, as gasoline prices have become more of a consideration.
And both of these graphs really tie into the workforce and the growth of the workforce, which is constrained.
Absolutely. The economy is recovering and we are adding jobs in the state, but the size of the labor force, the total number of residents who are working or looking for work, is still in the most recent data about 3% lower than it was in its pre-pandemic peak. If we look at the details of that, we can see that labor force participation has dropped among younger workers, particularly those who might be having trouble accessing childcare, those that are at the age of having young families, and older workers, some of whom may come back into the labor force, but some of whom may have retired permanently.
But there is a solution, and Governor Chris Sununu, as you know, proposed a $100 million affordable housing plan, $60 million to housing developers, and $40 million to municipalities for affordable housing. So there's a solution that will take a few years to develop, I'm sure, but at least it's in the works. My thanks to Phil Sletton, Senior Policy Analyst at the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute, And if you missed part of this briefing on what's behind the affordable housing shortage in New Hampshire, you can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted later today and all this week.